So, depending on the source you look at, this Vietnamese surname could be the third or the second most common. We're talking about the surname Lê. So, unlike Zheng and Nguyen, which officially trace their lineage back to Chinese origins, the surname Lê is one of the most ancient Vietnamese lineages. Some Vietnamese family records actually trace the Lê name all the way back to legend, to Thằng Nông, the divine god of agriculture, and his descendant, Lạc Long Quân. If you know Vietnamese founding myths, you'd know who this is, became the father of the Hồng Kings, who ruled the first Vietnamese state, Văn Lang. So from these beginnings, the Lê are seen as an indigenous lineage of the Red River Delta, not a Chinese import. Even though the Lê name is written with a Chinese character, the meaning points to something deeply Vietnamese. The character itself combines rice plant, protection, person, and water, images that captured the early life of the Lac Viet people, whose world revolved around wet rice farming. So while the writing system came from China, the name's roots are tied to Vietnam's own ancient culture and way of life, a heritage that existed long before Chinese rule. The Lê surname doesn't appear in any historical records as belonging to any Chinese officials in Vietnam. That's a big clue that it's truly native. Early traditions place the Lê in Thanh Hóa and Ninh Bình, heartlands that would later give rise to Vietnam's greatest leaders. One of these early heroes was Lê Chun, who joined the Jung sisters' revolt against Han China in the year 40 AD and went on to found new settlements in what is now Haiphong. The Lê name reached legendary status through two royal houses. The first is what we call the early Lê dynasty, founded by Lê Hoang in the 900s. In the year 980, he crushed a Song dynasty invasion, strengthened the army, and expanded into Champa. Centuries later came the later Lê dynasty, led by Lê Lợi. Born in 1385, he led an uprising against Ming China, won independence in 1427, and ruled as Emperor Lê Thái Tổ. His dynasty lasted with some interruptions until 1789, an age that some people consider as the golden age of Vietnamese history. The Lê surname is more than a name. It's a story of Vietnam itself.